So, hello everyone. I hope you can hear me. Am I audible? So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Okay. I hope you can hear me. I'm audible. Am I audible? Okay, well, let's start. This is our day 4 and for our GMAT series. Okay. And we had to start with algebra, and precisely if I say I was telling you data sufficiency, how to actually deal with the algebra of data sufficiency, okay, or data sufficiency. I have tell you the pattern of data sufficiency in GMAT, and also told you that this is just the elementary algebra GMAT often asks, and you can easily substitute these variables with numbers of your choice, and these numbers, whenever you choose any numbers, choose the good numbers, and that is the skill I need to tell you here. Likewise, I would tell you, okay, meanwhile, you can download our Android and iOS app from the App Store, Learn for Exam app, okay, to make your journey easy, convenient, and helpful. Okay, so the thing is, you can do that after downloading our app. So let's talk about what I was actually talking for you for these data sufficiency question. Primarily, I was talking for those yes, no, DS question. Okay, so the thing is, at this point, if I ask you something, okay, just see how to deal with algebra in GMAT. If I ask you this problem that, come on, give me 3 consecutive numbers whose product is 720. If I ask you this thing in this fashion, so these 3 consecutive number, you're going to write this like this now. And of course, if you're going to solve this, this is going to be a very tedious and a tough task to solve this algebraic expression and goes for 720. But if I tell you, do not go for the left hand side, just focus over the right hand side and factorize this number, then more easily, relatively more conveniently and easily, you can factorize this number and come to 3 consecutive numbers, which are 8, 9, 10. So that is my point. Dealing with numbers is always easier than dealing with variables. So I am telling you that thing, do not actually go over the, nitty and gritty of the algebra, of those, identities, of those formula, of those rules. There are plenty of them. And believe me, they are so much that if I give you the whole class over algebra, over the essentials of algebra, it would be equivalent to the whole course of GMAT. So do not worry about it. Okay, we have to focus over GMAT, how to crack it, easily crack it, those questions, how to easily get the maximum marks, 551. So the thing is, that is our point at this moment. Okay, you can realize it, that using numbers for the question of GMAT is pretty much better strategy than going for the the rules of the algebra. Okay, so likewise, let's try to focus over this problem, and I would keep reminding you that use numbers in place of the variables. Okay, if you are there, you can respond or revert in chat box. Okay, great. So this is a question: is k square over m is less than equal to 0? Okay, k square over m is less than 0, not equal to, less than 0, sorry, less than 0. A similar kind of question we have done yesterday even. Okay, if you were there, you had find that this was a similar question I asked yesterday, but this There is some difference in this question, and you can feel it out. Now we go to the first statement, and first statement only talks of k. Okay, fair enough. K is we have to take k square. So I don't think k nature would matter a lot, but m nature would matter a lot. So this first statement only talks of k, not of m, so it cannot be sufficient enough. I can give you example one like gave you yesterday. Then it would be the k square by m would be 1, which is greater than 0, and -1, which is less than 0. So I get a yes, I get a no, sorry, I get a yes. So here the yes would be less than 0. Less than 0 would be yes, and greater than equal to 0 would be no. Okay. So first statement is not sufficient enough. So AD cannot be possible. Let's go to BCE approach. BCE approach. Either second statement alone is sufficient, or if we combine them, that would be sufficient, or no conclusion can be drawn. So that is E. So let's look for the second statement. Second statement talks that M has to be from 2 to 4. M has to be greater than 2 and less than 4. Can you see that? So M can only be positive. I cannot take this value. Negative. I cannot take negative value. And by looking this, of course, you can anticipate that K must be positive because it is K square, and M is positive from 2 to 4. Either you can take 2.5, either you can 3, 3.5, many numbers, but they would be positive. So how many of you can anticipate that it would be positive always? K square by M would be positive always, because K is going to be positive. It is K square, whatsoever value of K you take, and M using second statement alone. And M I can only take like 2.5 or either 3. So K I can take +1, -1. So whatsoever you do with K square by M would be like something greater than 0. Greater than 0 I got a, and greater than -1 square divided by 3. It would also be greater than 0. So greater than 0 would be a no. So I'm getting a concrete no. Are you getting my point? Is K square M less than 0? If it is coming less than 0, then a yes. And if it is coming greater than 0, I'm getting a no. I'm getting a no. But no is also an answer if it is definite. No is also answer, but if it is definite, it is coming greater than 0 in all case. But do you think greater than 0 is the only no? Actually, no comprises of greater than, equal to 0. Okay, if you even take K equal to 0 and Y as the M as 3, so 0 square by 3, it is still coming equal to 0, and which is also no. So the answer of this problem is B. Second statement alone gives me a concrete conclusion, which is a no. K square by M has to be greater than 0 if you take second statement alone. B is the answer. You agree with me? How many of you agree with me? See, we are doing algebra, and we are easily doing algebra. I'm not telling you so many rules, but still you can solve every question of GMAT if you develop that attitude. Okay, and that would be great if you are following these things and following myself. What I am actually telling you, just imagine this thing, okay, and take my point. See, if I ask you, you are having $10 and you went to a shop and you buy, say for example, chocolate, 3 chocolate, 50 cent each, 50 cent each. So I ask you, what is the change? Then you can easily find, because this happens in everyday life, that it would be 8.5. $8.5. Okay, even don't do the calculation, it comes to your mind, directly and naturally. In fact, naturally. But what if I say you have $X and you bought, Y chocolates and Z cent each, and what would be the change in that case? Think yourself and comment in the comment box. So, okay, I am waiting for time, and you must be getting like X minus YZ. Naturally, most of them get X minus YZ, but believe me, that is not our answer. If you put these values, if you plug in these values in X minus YZ, this would come something very different. Actually, here, you are not changing this cent into dollar. So see, a simple day-to-day problem, which everyone can solve easily, or more precisely, naturally, becomes so difficult when I talk in terms of variables. So that is our agenda. Avoid variables, algebra, use numbers. That is the point. Okay, that is the point. Now let's come to the point. The next question. Point means the next question, and which is this one. Okay, so it is just showing C is greater than E, C is less than D. D is the biggest of them, largest of them. Is C greater than 8? If it is greater, then yes. If it is less than or equal to 8, then it is a no. And I should get a concrete yes or a concrete no. Okay. Let's go to the first statement. You cannot reply this just by this. Is C greater than 8? Yes or no? You cannot reply. So you will need to go to the statement. First statement says C plus D plus E equal to 24. Okay. So for that, I know which one is greater. E. D is the greater. E is the least. C is like in the middle one. So you can think like, take this as 9, take this as 10, this becomes 19, this becomes 5. So their sum is 24. C greater than 8. Yes, it is greater than 8. With the first statement, I'm just using the first statement. Now, what I'm going to do, see whatever I'm doing, I'm thinking of in every angle. You would learn it. Okay, you would learn how I'm using numbers and reusing it. This is smartness GMAT demands. Only this is smartness. C has to be, I should get a no. That is a simple philosophy. If you want to test something, go for its, flaws. If you need to test the purity of something, just test its flaws. So we are not testing the validity of the statement. I'm trying to make it invalid. I'm trying to get disagree. And if I'm failed to get disagree, automatically I'm agreeing with something. Okay, yes. So that is the philosophy of this argument. So let me take C as 8. And again, D is 10, 18, then this will be 6. So everything is following. C, D, E. D is the largest, and C plus D plus E, their sum is 24. Yes. And first statement, according to the first statement. And C is C greater than 8? No, it is not greater than 8. It is equal to 8. Equal to 8 means it is a no. So I'm getting a yes, I'm getting a no. So first statement is not suffice enough. So ADBC? Yes, BC. Now I go to the second statement. Only alone second statement, individually second statement. So D has to be less than 12. See, in both of the cases, D is less than 12. So I'm getting a yes, I'm getting a no. So B also not sufficient enough alone. B is also not sufficient enough alone. Now I would combine them. And please feel it. I had already combined them because the first statement says their sum has to be 24, which is 24. Second statement says D has to be less than 10, which is less than 12, which is less than 12. Okay, so C is also not suffice enough. Second statement says that D has to be less than 12. And the first statement, their sum has to be equal to 24. So C, that means we had already combined them, and I'm getting a yes, I'm getting a no. C, I already combined them, and I'm getting a yes, getting no. That means this is not combination. Combining them is also not sufficient. So the answer is E. No conclusion can be drawn. Okay, I'll give you the next one, and you just see it, try it, and give me answer whether A, B, C, D, E. Can you hear me? Yes. So let me check something. And so in this problem, again, the same thing, D is greater than C is greater than E. And their sum has to be 24. Now, this is not a statement. Their sum has to be 24. It is given in the question. Now, again, question C is greater than 8. So if it is greater than 8, it is a yes. If it is less than equal to 8, it is a no. If it is a no. Okay, so yes is greater than 8. Less than equal to 8 is no. So let me work like that. Make it E, the middle one C, and the last one D. Largest is D. Okay, but their sum has to be 24 in all the cases. Because this is not a statement. This is the condition over there. This is the fact over there. The sum of all the variable has to be equal to 24. First statement says that D has to be less than 12. Second statement says D has to be less than 10. I'm combining both of them. Now see how I'm doing that. I'm doing this with, 9 and making it 8.5. Okay, better it, I would make it 9.5. Okay, so can you see that this sum would become 18, 10, 18, and 24, so it has to be 6. So everything holds true. This sum has to be 24. D has to be less than 12. Is C greater than 8? Yes, I get a yes. Now I would try to get a no. If I get a yes, I would try to get a no. So to get a no, simple, I need to either make it equal to 8 or less than 8. So I make this 9 and make this 8, and this becomes 17. This becomes 7. So is C greater than 8? No, C is equivalent to 8. So I get a no. I get a yes, I get a no. So that means first statement is not sufficient enough alone. So AD cannot be the answer. BCE. You see the second statement alone. Actually, I have took the values of D such that it would be less than 12 as well, less than 10 as well. So you can call it reusability. So D, B is also goes off because second statement alone is not suffice enough. C, that means I have to combine them. Believe me, I had already combined them. I had already combined them because B is satisfying both conditions. It is less than 12, it is less than 10. So the one which is less than 10 is has to be less than 12. So C is also not the answer. And E is the answer. That's mean no conclusion can be drawn. I'm getting a yes, I'm getting a no. True? Okay. Now see this one. This is like value-based DS, where you want value. What is X? So they actually want X. It is not like is X equal to 10? So answer can be yes or no. Yes, no, DS. It is exactly find X. You should get a, particular, a unique value of X. A unique value of X here. Okay. Now let's see what is X. Given that X has to be greater than 30, less than 40. Okay. But there are so many X greater than 30 and less than 40. There are innumerable X which are greater than 30 and less than 40. So first statement, we go to the first statement, X divided by 3, remainder is 2. So if you divide X by 3, remainder is 2. How many such numbers are there in the range of 30 to 40? Remainder has to be 2. 32, if I'm not wrong, 35. Okay. No, not 35. Sorry. 30, 32 and 33, 35. I'm right actually. 36, 38, 39, it becomes 41. So 41, don't bother about 41. So there are 3 and I cannot get a fixed value. So that simply means AD cannot be, first statement alone is not sufficient enough. So AD cannot be the answer. Let's go to BCE. Let's see the second statement alone. X divided by 4, remainder is 3. Remainder is 3. So 31, 28 plus 3. Okay, 32 plus 3, 35. Okay, 36 plus 3, 39. 36 plus 3. So I get confused with this 2 and 3. I saw 3 and it looks like 2. Okay, no problem. And 40 plus 3, that will be 43. That is, above 40 or greater than 40. So second statement alone is not sufficient. There are 3 values. Alone is not sufficient. There are 3 values. So I can cancel off like B. Now C, combining them. If you combine them, you get a fixed value, which is 35. So answer is C. C for Chennai. Chennai is the answer. In this case, C. California is the answer. Canada, Chicago is the answer. Okay. So let's try to do the last one. This is our last question. And this is a good one. So it says that this has to be equal to 5,000. So first of all, break this 5,000. 50 into 100, 25 into 4, and 25 into 2. So I can say that this is 8, 2 to the power 3. This is 25, 25, that's means 5 to the power 4. So this is like x3 y 4. Yes. So you would get this, and it would feel you like, oh, what is happening there? This is simply y is 5. And the question is also like, is y 5? So if y equal to 5, you get a yes. Yes. If y is not equal to 5, you get a no. Okay, so let's see. First of all, y has to be greater than 0. What does that mean? Y has to be greater than 0. Yes, yes, my dear. See, I'll give you something and you tell me whether this follows the, whether this follows the statements or conditions all or not. If I say y is 5 and x is 2, this would be 5,000. And again, is y equal to 5? You would say yes, it is equal to 5. But if I say x equivalent to 2 and y negative 5, still it would be 5,000. And you would say it would be a false. Is y equal to 5? It would be a false. But if you use the first statement, you can't use y as negative 5. So you must be wondering, you would always get yes. But my job is to get a no here. What do you think? Okay, I'll show you one of the conditions. Take y as 1 and x as 5,000 cube root. Still you would get 5,000. Is y equal to 5? Now y is greater than 0. Is y is greater than 0? Is y equal to 5? No. So first statement is not sufficient enough. So now let's go to the second statement. Alone. Okay. Then okay. Just let me erase these things. If I say second statement alone, okay, just let me make a bigger table so that it will be more visible to you, and all the cases would comes directly to you, okay, in a single frame. And that is like x cube y to the power 4, y equal to 5, the fourth column. Okay, so x is an integer, then y has to be 5. Okay, so if I took x as 2 and y has 5, then cube and power 4 of 5, that would become 5,000. Like I told you, like I factorized it initially, it was like 2 to the power 3, 5 to the power 4. So is y equal to 5? Yes. X has to be integer. So I take x as 1. There is no harm in that. X is an integer. Then why I'm taking s? In fact, if you take x as 2 and y as negative 5, x is an integer. Again, you would get 5,000. Is y equal to 5? No. Okay, now you combine them. One case I also told you, if you combine them, then x has to be integer and y has to be greater than 0. So there was one case like I took y as 1 and I have took x as like 5,000 cube root. And let me just adjust it. Let me adjust it. 5,000 cube root. In that case, it was coming as 5,000, and I was getting is y equal to. But when you combine them, okay, statement first was not suffice enough, so AD cancel out. Then we go to BC. Second statement alone was not suffice enough. C, x is an integer, but we are getting a yes, we are getting a no. So B is not suffice enough. Now I'm combining them. So I cannot use this. because x has to be an integer. So what do you think? It is suffice enough? An answer of this is what do you think? Hmm? The answer of this would be C. On combining them, even on combining them, you cannot use this and you cannot use this because y has to be greater than 0. So answer would always be yes. Do you think so? Okay, I'll give you one option. Okay, and you have to think like this only. Okay, and I can use it before as well. In this is the smart way of doing this. In just first attempt, I can only use only two options. Options means two set of numbers to just eliminate all the things. So the thing is, if I take x as 1 and y as 5,000 to the power 1 over 4, fourth root of 5,000, which would of course be positive. So first statement also holds true, and second statement also holds true. See here, first statement also holds true, and second statement also holds true. Okay, first statement also. First statement also holds true, and second statement also holds true. Okay, here y is greater than 0. You can see that, and x is an integer. But and also their product is giving you like cube power to the power 4 is giving you 5,000. So is y equal to 5 here? Y equal to 5 here? No. So I'm getting a yes. I am getting a no, even on combining them. So C, combination is also not enough. So answer is E, no conclusion. No conclusion. So that's all for from my side. Meanwhile, you can go to our website. Okay, you can visit our website learnforexam.com, and there is a crash course we are starting for GMAT from on 10th September, a new batch, and crash course for the CAT as well. And the thing is, this is our Telegram group for the GMAT, and you can meanwhile avail all the ebooks with some discount using that code. This is all the details have been given to you, and for our others batches, for the other things, you can inquire and go for our website, whether they are the CAT batches or they are the new GMAT batches. So that's all for today. Bye bye. Thank you. Goodbye.